Welcome in, Tiger fans. A beautiful Sunday afternoon here in Starkville, Mississippi. We get ready for Game 3 of this always classic college baseball rivalry. LSU already clinching the series, taking the first two games, winning their 9th straight SEC regular season series here on the road in Starkville. Now have won 13 of the last 15 overall series in regular season play against Mississippi State. Winning 5-2 on Friday, last night holding on, or yesterday afternoon rather, holding on to the 4-3 victory. But they go in with an opportunity to pull their first sweep in SEC play. Would be the first SEC sweep under first-year head coach Jay Johnson. But we've got plenty of action before that will be decided. Trey Morgan going to lead it off as Cade Smith ready to go. He'll fire the first pitch and the fastball in for a strike. We are underway. Time of first pitch, 1:02 Central Time. Your game day forecast, well, I don't have to be a meteorologist to tell you it's nice. Here's a ground ball off the bat of Morgan. Shortstop Leggett coming over to his left. He'll field it, throw to first in time for out number one. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification. This is Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Glad to have you with us inside the Caesar Sportsbook broadcast booth here at Dudy Noble Field, along with our producer, Alondra Villarreal. Bill Frank has Chris Blair. On the call for you this Sunday, Dylan Cruz, after a quick ground out by Trey Morgan, will stand in. Cruz takes the first pitch, another fastball from Smith for a strike. The 0-1 off speed and at the letters across the plate, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Again, beautiful weather here. Game day forecast we'll get to after Cade Smith delivers this 0-2 pitch, and the breaking ball swing and a miss. Dylan Cruz chased it as it tailed away from the right-hander, and there's 2 gone. Remember, with AccuTemp, chance of power outages. Never get a whole home generator from AccuTemp. Keep the power in your hands. Again, very cool, unseasonably cool on Friday night here in Starkville, with the temperatures in the mid-40s and a blistering wind. Yesterday a little warmer in the low 60s, still windy day. Today, game time forecast looking at 79 degrees, expecting to top out around 81 before we're done today. First delivery to Jacob Berry, who stands in as a called strike. And Smith working feverishly fast, Bill Frank has.
He is fast.
He doesn't understand I have live reads to get to.
He is fast and sharp so far. He's thrown that slider to perfection.
Berry launches one, tailing into left center, but on the run is Drew McGowan. He'll track it down for out number 3. Well, it doesn't get much easier than that for Cade Smith and the Bulldogs. They send the Tigers down easily, 1-2-3 to start it here in the top of the first inning. No runs, no hits, nobody on base. We go to the bottom of the first quickly. No score. Mississippi State coming up to the plate when we return on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Well, the top of the first came and went rather quickly. LSU in order, 1, 2, 3, and we go down to the bottom of the first inning. Mississippi State coming to the plate. Fans, a reminder, Tabasco sauce, been exciting taste buds for over 150 years. Bring the heat to your next game day with Tabasco sauce. The #1 pick of the LSU Tigers. Bill Franquez came down for breakfast yesterday in the hotel. Ordered me up some eggs over easy, asked for some hot sauce. They didn't have Tabasco.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we had to send it back.
Absolutely.
Mississippi State comes to the plate for the first time today. R.J. Yeager going to lead it off, and Yeager's had a weekend, Bill, as we said, as Sam Dutton delivers a first pitch cold strike. It's 0-1.
He's been something else. 4 for 8 on the weekend. 2 doubles, a home run. He led off the game yesterday with a homer.
Off speed, swing and a miss. Nicely done by Dutton. Yeager looks back into the dugout and says, "That's on me. I missed that with a bat."
Bulldogs have actually out-hit LSU in this series, but have had a hard time scoring.
The 0-2 back into the screen. Rotolo's foul ball. Brought to you by Rotolo's Pizzeria. They got the dough you really want. Come on in, have a drink or two while they fix you up something new. Slide into a Rotolo's near you. Still 0-2. Yeager batting just under 300 at 299. But again, leading the Bulldogs this weekend at the plate. That one missing high from Dutton, 1-2.
Mississippi State has out-hit LSU this weekend 19-14.
This one off the bat, jumps left center field, giving chase, and R.J. Yeager once again in back-to-back days leads off for Mississippi State and takes it yard. Yeager makes it 1-0 Bulldogs, his 9th home run of the year. Did the same thing yesterday in the bottom of the first inning.
Mississippi State now with 57 home runs on the season. They're 3rd in the SEC in home runs. And that is their 3rd homer of the weekend. 2 by Yeager, and the other by Cameron James, who's at the plate now.
So just add to those totals for R.J. Yeager. Cameron James, the third baseman, stands in. Dutton misses just off the outside corner. James also with a monster home run down the line in left to tie the game at 3-all midway through the contest, as this one's fouled off out of play right side to even the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. It's one of the anomalies of this Mississippi State team that, Bill, you mentioned Friday night. You look at the offensive numbers aligned with the rest of the ACC, not impressive except for the long ball.
It's exactly it. Mississippi State entered the weekend 13th in team batting average in the 14-team SEC. Their batting average coming into today's game is .269.
2-1 sent back into the screen. Foul ball off the bat of James. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
But 56 home runs now. 3rd in the league behind only Tennessee and Florida. LSU is 4th in homers with 54.
2-2 breaking ball and a bouncer towards second. On the short hop, Doty takes it under control, throws to first. Nice play by the Tigers second baseman, and that will record out number 1 here in the bottom of the first inning. LSU with 3 home runs this weekend, all of them to right field. In fact, 2 of those opposite field home runs, the one from Dylan Cruz Friday night in the top of the 9th, and then yesterday's eventual game winner off the bat of right-hander Jordan Thompson. But they had to. That's where the wind has been blowing until today. For the first time this weekend, it's now blowing right to left towards the tower of condos in left field. Which, by the way, made me think LSU 9 straight series wins here in Starkville, which is remarkable when you take a look at, number 1, the Mississippi State program, but obviously LSU living rent-free in those nice townhouses out there in left. 1-1 the count now to Luke Hancock.
LSU last lost a series here back in 2003.
1-1. Just missed the outside corner. Again, Samuel Dutton really dialed in here early, attacking the strike zone, although he did give up the solo home run. This one inside corner, right there at the belt. And again, Hancock looks to the dugout and says, yeah, I let that one go. 2-2 the count. Dutton fires. Ground ball right back to Samuel on the mound. He bobbled it momentarily, but now we'll pick it up under control. Throw to first, and there's 2 gone. So the comebacker to the mound, handled by Dutton, looks smooth as the other side of the pillow. And well, now there's 2 gone, and we'll see Logan Tanner, who's been the cleanup hitter all weekend for Mississippi State. Batting .333 against the Tigers, 3 of 9. But as Bill said, they have hit the ball quite well this weekend, just unable to score runs. In fact, back-to-back games are virtually unheard of. This pitch misses outside on the first offering to make it 1-0. Friday night's game, they had runners second and third, nobody out. Eric Razelman comes in and able to get the final out, keep them off the scoreboard. He does it again yesterday, along with, again, a great bullpen effort. LSU looked like they were going to give up the lead, and Mississippi State had runners on second and third, nobody out. Eventually loaded the bases, but they come away empty-handed. Breaking ball across the plate. Dutton now gets ahead in the count, 1-2.
The entire bullpen contributed to yesterday's win. Vittmar, Fontenot, Cooper, Raisman, and Gervais, all exceptional.
The 1-2 off the end of the bat. Little flare to center field, but the wind going to lift it out there right to Dylan Cruz, who'll grab it for out number 3. So Mississippi State, they get on the board with a solo home run from R.J. Yeager to lead it off. Then Dutton settles down and retires the next 3 batters. It's a 1-0 Mississippi State lead. We go to the top of the second on Sunday in Game 3 with the Tigers coming to the plate. Doty, Pearson, and Thompson will come up when we return on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Tigers come to the plate in the top of the second inning, already trailing early on 1-0. R.J. Yeager sends one over the fence, his 9th home run of the year to lead things off for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the first inning. Tigers went quietly to start the game, 1-2-3. We'll have Cade Doty leading things off, followed by Pearson and Jordan Thompson. With Doty coming to the plate, facing off against Cade Smith, who works very fast, at least he did to start the game. Bulldogs will institute the shift with 3 infielders left of second base for the right-handed hitting Doty, and it is 0-1, the first pitch called strike. The outside corner at the letters, and quickly Smith ahead 0-2.
He has not missed with that breaking pitch yet.
The 0-2 to Doty, lifted in the air to right field. Just shy of the track with room. Kellen Clark makes the grab for out number 1. So Doty retired, and Smith working fast and retiring LSU batters very quickly. Josh Pearson making his 4th consecutive start in right field. Ken J. Johnson's been high on Pearson since he arrived, giving him the opportunity. Picked up his first 2 hits in conference play yesterday as the first pitch again from Smith across the plate for a strike. It's 0-1.
And
This one a swing and sends it into the dugout with his teammates. They get out of the way. Rotolo's foul ball, but he falls behind 0-2.
2 hits in the game yesterday for Pearson. Also had an RBI, a sac fly back on Friday night.
Bulldogs playing straight up now in the infield, and a line drive, but right at Yeager. Took one step to his right, gloves it for out number 2. Sharply hit, but right at the Bulldogs' second baseman.
Wow, Pearson really
hasn't been cheated this weekend.
Made great contact there, but right at R.J. Yeager. Now the shift's back on for Thompson as they move the infielders to the left side.
Thompson, the hero in yesterday's game. Mississippi State on that Cameron James home run in the bottom of the 5th inning tied the game 3-3. And then Thompson wasted little time, bolted one out of here over the right center field wall. That would be the eventual winning run with that solo homer. Thompson now with 3 on the season. There's a pitch across the plate. Again, hard cutting breaking ball, especially to the right-handers. As you mentioned, a little trouble finding the strike zone against left-handers, but right now he's locked in all the way. Ground ball off the bat of Thompson, right to Yeager, who is playing left of second base in the shift, and he'll throw to first to Hancock, and that'll do it for LSU. Second straight inning, 3 up, 3 down. We move to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 Mississippi State. Back to Starkville right after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Moving along, we head to the bottom of the second inning here on this Sunday afternoon. LSU trailing Mississippi State on a R.J. Yeager solo home run. Bulldogs leading 1-0. Hunter Hines, the DH, a left-hander, will lead things off for the Bulldogs. Hines followed by Clark and Cumbus. First delivery from Dutton to Hines misses for ball 1. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball upstairs. Hines unable to find it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Sam's been good against lefties. They're hitting .231 against him so far this year.
Here's the 1-1. Ground ball down the line. Fair ball snagged by Morgan. He will have a race to the bag, and he will beat Hines for out number 1. What a grab, diving to his left right on the foul line. Morgan makes a sensational play about 15 feet behind the first base bag and then rises quickly and wins the race to record out number 1.
What makes that even more remarkable is that Morgan is by no means 100% right now. His knee is very sore. We thought it was maybe a foot or ankle injury he sustained back on Friday night. It's actually his knee, and it's still very sore, and you can see him limping when he runs, but he was able to beat Hines to the bag that time.
Foley gives up the body on that play, makes a sensational stop, and records the ground out 3 unassisted. First delivery now to Clark, misses low. Clark, the left fielder, looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 8 against the Tigers staff this weekend. Off speed in the air to right field. This one going to come down, and it's going to take a bounce into the corner. Picked up by Pearson. He'll come up throwing, but a sliding in safely in second will be Kellum Clark, and LSU can blame me for that one. Picks up his first hit. He's now 1 for 9.
Clark came into the series as one of the Bulldogs' best RBI producers. 9 home runs, 28 RBI on the year, but he was 0 for 8 prior to that double, and Mississippi State threatening to extend its lead here.
So Hines, or rather Clark, picks up his 6th double. Already leading 1-0. Mississippi State threatening here. Brad Cumbus, the left fielder. Batting from the right side is Dutton. Works from the stretch, and this breaking ball didn't break enough. Misses at the knees. 1 ball, no strikes. Dutton taking his time now with a runner aboard. Looks to second, the 1-0 again inside, but misses that corner. 2-0 the count.
Cumbus this weekend is 2 for 7. Pair of singles for the Mississippi State left fielder, and now Jay Johnson's going to make his first visit to the mound. And as expected, the fans express their displeasure.
As we told you yesterday, Bulldog fans not happy with timeouts. They like to move their baseball game along, apparently. In their mind, you're supposed to have all the strategy, Bill, taken care of before you leave the hotel.
No in-game adjustments.
No. Lots of things to do here. 2-0 the count. Coach Johnson brings in the infield. We'll talk it over here. Our home plate umpire, Michael Banks, will slowly make his way out there, try to hurry this up. Clint Lawson, our umpire, at first. Jason Bradley at second. Clint Fagan down the line at third.
And Grant Taylor now has moved down to the LSU bullpen, the freshman right-hander. He has begun to throw.
You know, I'll tell you this may not be popular with those listening, but it occurred to me at the end of yesterday's game that for the most part, you can always argue balls and strikes and the strike zone at the plate. That's been going on since the game was invented. But I really have been impressed this year by the SEC umpiring crews. Again, whether it's relying on replay or making the call in the field, I think this group of gentlemen have done an excellent job when you look at the SEC weekends. And I'm not one that shies away from giving credit where credit's due, but I think the umpires in the SEC have certainly done a good job up to this point. Keep your fingers crossed. 2-0 the count. Pitch to Cumbus, in on the hands, popped up shallow center field. Dylan Cruz drops down the shades, comes in, and will make the grab to record out number 2. Staying put at second base will be Clark.
I would agree with that statement about the umpires. It's a very difficult job, but these guys take it very seriously. They're very dedicated to the game of baseball. They love the game of baseball, and we certainly appreciate all they do for the SEC.
So with 2 down, trying to keep it just a 1-0 lead. Samuel Dutton now will face Drew McGowan, who played in Friday night's game in center field. Was in the dugout yesterday, but he's back out there for Coach Lamonis here in Game 3. Native of Hopkinsville, Kentucky, as the pitch rides outside. Ball 1.
As I said earlier, this is Dutton's 3rd SEC start. He started 2 weeks ago at Florida and got the start in Game 3 last weekend against Auburn.
Runner takes the lead, and off the end of the bat, sails down the left field line, coming over. Pearson in fair territory. Great jump, great read, and a great catch will record out number 3. So the Bulldogs threaten slightly, but they come up empty. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on. It's still a 1-0 Mississippi State lead. We head now to the top of the 3rd. Tigers coming to the plate. It'll be Joe Bear, McManus, and Stevenson, 7, 8, and 9 when we return on the LSU Sports Radio Network. 1-0 our score. Mississippi State leading LSU in Game 3. Remember, fans, just like the winning lineup, Cintas has the all-star services for all of your business needs. Everything from uniforms to kitchens and restroom solutions. Get ready for the workday with Cintas. First delivery to Joe Bear, misses low and inside. Braden's had a struggle this weekend. He's 0 for 7 at the plate. Again, slowing him down just slightly after really heating up over the last couple of weeks. The fastball misses from Smith, and he falls behind to Joe Bear, 2-0.
Smith has been extremely efficient through the first 2 innings. He threw a grand total of 16 pitches in the first 2 frames. But down in the count now to Joe Bear, 2-0.
Delivery to the plate, misses high and outside. So a very rare, at least in this outing, 3-0 start to Braden Joubert. And he misses for ball 4. So as Bill mentioned, had 16 pitches coming into this inning, 4 straight balls, and it puts the leadoff man aboard for LSU. And we'll see Tyler McManus. McManus getting the start behind the plate today. He and Travinsky have both platooned in that position, although Hayden's offense kept him in the lineup over the last 5 to 6 ball games. But McManus early on was the fill-in catcher, still waiting for the injured Alex Milazzo to return. Not sure, nothing official, but it just seemed like maybe wasn't able to get back. That is Milazzo, as soon as maybe he thought, maybe as soon as the staff thought. Possibly coming away from Florida, we thought he might get back in behind the plate in the Auburn series. Unable to happen, although he did swing the bat on one occasion. First delivery, a strike to McManus. It's 0-1. This time Smith misses outside. McManus picking up the bat. Came in to catch late on Friday night in that bottom of the 9th inning for Paul Gervais, but did not have an at bat. The 1-1 down the middle for a strike, and Smith gets ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
McManus, product of Slidell, Louisiana, began his career at Delgado Community College in New Orleans, then transferred to Sanford in Birmingham. Had a great career there.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner on at first, and Joubert. Smith misses off the plate to the right-hander. 2-2 the count. Again, Mississippi State. LSU and Mississippi State on Friday night both used the shift almost every time against every at bat. LSU used it less yesterday, but the Bulldogs really go to it time and time again. Here's a ball 3 inside and a snap throw down to first. Joubert just getting back. But it fills the count now to McManus. Even though the Bulldogs lead 1-0, starter Cade Smith now having a little trouble with the strike zone. McManus trying to keep it going here at the plate, and it misses high. Ball 4. Back-to-back base on balls, and LSU now runners first and second. And we'll see Josh Stevenson, but before doing that, there's going to be a visit out on the mound. Scott Foxhall, I believe, the pitching coach.
Yeah, Foxhall making his way out. As great as Cade Smith looked the first 2 innings, he's really struggled to find the zone here to start the 3rd against the Tigers' 7 and 8 hitters.
He walked the left-hander Joubert on 4 straight pitches. Then gave up the walk on a full count to the right-handed hitting McManus. Foxhall, a graduate of the College of Charleston. Out there visiting with the battery, Logan Tanner and pitcher Cade Smith. Jay Johnson taking advantage of the timeout. Brings in Joubert, McManus, along with Josh Stevenson. Stevenson again getting the start in left field. Much like Pearson, Bill, highly thought of by this Tiger coaching staff.
Yeah, Jay has spoken so highly of both Josh Pearson and Josh Stevenson, saying that on a lot of teams they'd be starting every day. But because LSU had so much talent coming back and coming into the program. Those two guys haven't yet played on a regular basis, but they're getting more and more opportunities now.
Stevenson, a left-handed hitter. Making his first start as a Tiger. 17th game he's made an appearance. Showing bunt, the pitch misses low from Smith, and it's 1-0. Stevenson batting .300. This is just his 11th at bat, but 3 for 10 in his previous appearances. Has a double and 1 RBI. He's got runners first and second and nobody out. And the Tigers trailing 1-0. Shows bunt and lays one down third base line. Coming in, Smith. He jumps out of the way. Picked up by James. The throw to first just in time to beat Stevenson. Boy, it was close. And Jay Johnson says, hey guys, let's take a look at that. He'll call for a review. And again, the timing messed up by James because Smith came charging off the mound. And then at the last moment dipped out of the way. James picked it up, threw it to first. Oh my!
Wow, he looks
like he was. The original replay we see here looks like he beat it by a step or more.
Yeah, didn't even look that close. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think this has a chance to be overturned.
Definitely think so. Yeah, you're right. That hesitation there as Smith sprinted toward the ball, but then skipped over it to allow James to field it, caused a little bit of delay there, and Mississippi State executing the play. And Stevenson, like his older brother Andrew, who played here a few years ago, has great speed. Josh hustled down the line and appeared to beat the throw from the third baseman James.
Yeah, Josh running like a gazelle down the line. Again, they're taking it under review. Our first official review of the game presented by Acme Oyster House. They're still talking it over with the headsets down here left of home plate. Now they've wrapped up. They'll hand off the handsets and safe. Bases loaded, nobody out for LSU. So the play on review is overturned. That's a big one for LSU. Not only does it allow bases to become loaded, not only does it allow Stevenson to get aboard safely on the bunt, but brings LSU to the top of the order, not what Cade Smith wanted to see. He'll face off against Trey Morgan now. And Morgan stands in. 26 runs batted in on the season. Bases loaded. First pitch. Swing. A bouncer towards second. Could be 2 as Leggett steps on the bag. Throws to first. And they'll get the twin killing. However, LSU will bring in the run to tie the game. Joe Bear scores, and it's a 1-1 contest.
And again, because Trey Morgan can't run at full speed, there is just no chance to beat that throw to first. Easy play for Leggett.
So now a runner at third, and Dylan Cruz stands in. Smith fires and it misses away. 1 ball, no strikes. Cruz with a ground out to the shortstop Leggett, his first time up. Came into the game batting .333 this weekend against Mississippi State. Here's a strike to even the count 1-1. McManus stands down at third. The Tigers with a chance to take a lead. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Smith to the plate, and it misses the inside corner. Selective eye that time by Dylan Cruz, and gets ahead slightly. 2 balls, 1 strike. Low and outside. Make it 3-1. Hitters count now for Dylan Cruz.
Smith not as sharp with that breaking pitch as he was early in the game. He's missing with it now.
Cruz batting .324 this year with a runner in scoring position. .341 with 2 out. The 3-1 misses high for ball 4. Cruz loaded up the bat, but it rode in high above the letters. He makes the right decision. And now Smith has put 3 men aboard by way of free pass. Runners first and third, still 2 outs, and we'll see Jacob Berry.
Jacob Berry hit a 3-run homer in yesterday's game. His first home run in SEC play.
10th on the season. Again, the wind changing directions here in game 3, blowing briskly right to left. After spending the first 2 days blowing left to right. Berry's going to give it a swing, but he missed, and it's 0-1.
Smith came back with a slider against Berry. Jacob just couldn't find it.
The 0-1. Missed off the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Tie game, 1-1. Smith to the plate. Misses low to Berry. Now 2-1. Coach Lemonis has nobody warming or tossing in the bullpen. Sticking with the sophomore Cade Smith up to this point, who was electric through the first 2 innings. This one misses outside, and again, back-to-back batters. 3-1 counts now to Jacob Berry.
Again with the breaking pitch, just missing it on the outside portion of the plate. Now Berry has a big-time advantage count here.
They have Yeager, the second baseman, playing deep into the right field grass, and there's a strike on the outside corner to fill it. 3-2. Keep James and Leggett traditional spots, third and short, and Luke Hancock holding the runner on down at first base. McManus stands at third, Dylan Cruz at first. 2 outs in a 1-1 game, and Berry calls for time and steps out. Here's the payoff delivery to the plate. Misses, ball 4, and that will load the bases. Cade Smith was running towards the dugout. Thought he had gotten the corner. Michael Banks, the home plate umpire, not agreeing. And now Smith, his 4th base on balls offered up.
The Tigers love to capitalize on this opportunity. It's not often you see 4 walks in an inning. Smith has avoided major damage so far.
So Cade Doty will have that opportunity. First pitch is a strike. Breaking ball from Smith makes it 0-1. Cade flew out to right field. His first time up in the 2nd inning. This pitch is low from Smith. Evens it up. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Cade's been pretty quiet this weekend. He's 2 for 9 in the series with a pair of singles.
They will institute the defensive shift to the right-handed hitter with 3 infielders left of second base. The 1-1, again trying to go opposite field, lays back but fouls this one down the line out of play right field. A Bertolo's foul ball. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cade Doty. Fans, if you want a little fun, then play Sapphire Sevens from the lottery. You could win up to $20,000. Stop by, pick up your tickets today. Remember, must be at least 21 to purchase. 2 outs, bases loaded. A tie game, 1-1. The 1-2 to Doty, way outside. And it's 2-2.
Smith has now thrown 28 pitches in this inning after he threw only 16 in the first 2 innings.
Smith square to the plate, now will wind. The 2-2, bouncing ground ball at Hancock, the first baseman, and he will beat Doty to the bag for out number 3. However, LSU ties the game. 1 run on 1 hit. They do leave 3 men on. They go down to the bottom of the 3rd. 1-1 our score. Bulldogs come to the plate next on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Bottom half of the third inning as Mississippi State comes to the plate. Now a tie game 1-1. The Bulldogs took a 1-0 lead with a solo home run by R.J. Yeager to start off the bottom of the first inning. LSU would get plenty of base runners and plenty of opportunities. Although just able to plate one run, they do tie it up in the top of the third. Tanner Leggett will lead it off for Mississippi State, a right-handed hitter. He'll face Samuel Dutton, the right-handed hurler. First pitch off the end of the bat, slow bouncer, going to be picked up by Dutton on the run, and he will run his way to first to record the first out of the inning. Samuel Dutton debunking the myth that pitchers aren't athletes. Nice move there by the freshman right-hander.
Sam moves pretty well. He's not very tall. He's only listed at 5'11", 185 pounds, but does move well around the mound. Made a nice play there. That ball was a little tricky. Had some funny spin on it off the bat of Leggett.
Now he'll face Yeager again, who took it over the fence and left center. First delivery misses off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Yeager with 9 home runs now. 2 in this series. 1 yesterday and 1 earlier today. The 1-0 breaking ball and sent back, trying to get to us. Luckily to the right. 1-1 the count.
That home run by Yeager was the first home run allowed this season by Samuel Dutton.
The 1-1 misses off the plate outside. 2-1. Well, the old saying goes, Bill, that solo home runs won't hurt you, and that certainly came to play yesterday as Mississippi State had 2 solo home runs. Here's a ground ball down the line, but foul just left of third base. Was handled by Barry, but third base umpire Clint Fagan says foul. That'll make it 2-2. Yeager had the home run. James had the home run. And even after LSU was up 3-0 early in that game, even when Yeager took it out of the ballpark, again, the first thought goes through your head. Solo home runs won't kill you. Hopefully that is the case today. 2-2, another breaking ball, and swinging it foul back into the fence behind the plate. Keeps the count 2-2. This inning brought to you by AccuTemp Services. Don't let AC or heater outages keep you on the bench this year. Just text home run to 31996. You'll get a Tiger tune-up. AccuTemp Services, proud partner of LSU Athletics. This time the breaking ball high and away. Swing and a miss. Yeager down on strikes. And Dutton comes back and fans the batter who took him over the fence in the first inning. And a big second out here in the bottom of the third. You're looking for some shutdown work here for Dutton after his team took the momentum back, scoring 1 run and putting some pressure on Cade Smith, the starter for the Bulldogs. Cameron James watches the first pitch, miss outside for ball 1.
Excellent work by Samuel Dutton against Yeager. Had him off balance on that final breaking pitch.
The 1-0 breaking ball in on the hands and fouled off into the seats just behind the first base dugout. Some Bulldog fans will take home a souvenir. 1-1.
Dutton's fellow true freshman Grant Taylor is back up on the bullpen mound. He's not throwing right now, though.
You just had a sense coming in without seeing Taylor, who warmed earlier in the weekend but did not enter the game, as the 1-1 is a fastball right down the middle at 92.
Wow.
Gets Dutton ahead 1-2. You had a sense that formula worked pretty well in Gainesville on the road with Dutton and Taylor. 2 outs, the 1-2. Just missed the outside corner. Dutton thought he had it.
Yeah. Well, Banks is consistent. He's not giving either pitcher that outside corner of the plate.
The 2-2 with 2 outs. Fastball and hammered foul out of play right side.
In that Florida game 2 weeks ago, Dutton started and worked the first 3 2/3 innings, allowed just 1 hit and no runs, and then Taylor pitched the rest of the way to earn the victory.
The 2-2. Line drive, base hit. Gets through into right field. A 2-out single off the bat of Cameron James. Keep it alive here for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. James picks up his 4th hit of the weekend. Third hit of the day for Mississippi State. We'll see Luke Hancock. It was interesting. Our new best friend Ron Polk came over before today's game, and he said, you know what impressed me about this LSU team? Said he went down and talked to Coach Johnson and Coach Kelly yesterday and said the fact that you guys manage your bullpen so well that you're able to bring guys back the following day.
Exactly.
They have a system and a philosophy, and we've talked about it a lot here on the air. They have a protocol they go through as soon as a guy pitches in a game. They'll see how their arm is, how they feel. But he keeps it under that 30 pitch count. He has the belief and confidence they can come back the next day. We saw Raiselman do it. We've seen a number of arms this year do it, as that one misses outside to Hancock to make it 1-0. But Coach Polk said you just don't see that these days.
Yeah, it's rare.
He liked the way LSU handles their pitching staff. The 1-0. Strike on the outside corner to the left-hander. That'll bring some groans from the crowd. It's 1-1.
And I think the pitchers have really embraced that system as well. And we spoke to Devin Fontenot before the game today, and he said that. He said that the pitchers appreciate the confidence that Jay and Jason have in them to come back 2 days in a row.
The 1-1. This is low, we assume. It's 2-1. And then Coach Polk walked out and said, no more.
Yeah.
No more. Talking about LSU winning 2 games so far.
He is still a Bulldog through and through, of course.
2 outs, runner at first. In a 1-1 game. High chopper in front of the plate. Bounces out to second. Doty takes it on the high hop. Fires it to Morgan in time for the 4-3. Ground out, and that'll do it for Mississippi State. So no runs, 1 hit. They leave that 1 man on. We move to the top of the 4th inning in Starkville. Tied 1-1 in Game 3 here on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Pearson, Thompson, and Joe Baer due up for LSU in the top of the 4th inning. We're tied 1-1. Fans get low-rate long-term financing right now on powerful Kubota tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. Just visit LSU-KubotaDealers.com for your nearest Kubota dealer and test drive a Kubota today. Pearson smacked the baseball, but right at R.J. Yeager, a line drive line out. His first time up. First delivery from Smith, the called strike, and it's 0-1. Pitch count now to 46 for the Bulldogs starter. Off speed, misses high, and evens the count 1-1. Bill pointed out Cade Smith was dialed in through the first 2 innings, through 16 pitches, the majority, overwhelming majority strikes. Had no issues with LSU, then ran into trouble, couldn't find the strike zone. There in the top of the 3rd, LSU able to plate 1 run to tie it. The 2-1 lifted off the bat of Pearson, sending McGowan back, and McGowan on the run reaches up and pulls it out of the air as he hits the track and runs into the wall. Again, Nice poke off the bat by Pearson. Just a better play in the field by the Bulldog center fielder.
But Pearson has hit the ball well all weekend long. It may not be reflected in the numbers, but he's had some very loud outs, and that was one of them.
Bulldog defense will move the shift to the left side. 3 infielders left side of the diamond. Jordan Thompson coming to the plate. He grounded out into the shift to R.J. Yeager, who was playing left of second base his first time up. Smith delivers a first pitch called strike with a fastball at 94, and it's 0-1. He's been consistent 91-92, but had a little extra oomph in that one. The 0-1 misses the outside corner with 95 on the gun, but it's 1-1.
Smith's had 3 very solid SEC starts prior to this one.
1-1 delivery. Misses high with another fastball. So a steady diet of fastballs here to Thompson, the right-handed hitter.
He was the starting pitcher in Mississippi State's win last weekend over Arkansas. Did not get the decision, but did work the first 5 innings and recorded 6 strikeouts.
The 2-1. Strike at the letters on the outer half of the plate. Evens the count 2-2. Thompson bats with 1 out. Top of the 4th inning. The 2-2. Another fastball. This one a line drive, but a soft liner, and right at Yeager again, who sails back a couple of steps. Grabs it for out number 2. That one came hot off the bat, then just kind of died midair. And now we'll see Braden Jobert. Jobert aboard on a walk, came around to score the tying run in the 3rd. And Jobert was the batter where Cade Smith kind of lost his feel for the strike zone, threw 4 straight balls to put him on board. First delivery, check swing, and they'll go down to 3rd. Clint Fagan says yes, and it's 0-1.
Jobert looking for his first hit of the weekend. Officially 0 for 7 at the plate, but he did draw the walk in his first plate appearance today.
.1-0 pitch, way outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Remember, fans, StubHub, the easiest way to experience every Tiger game. You can check the virtual view, score your seats, and then get your tickets delivered instantly. StubHub, the official ticket marketplace of LSU Athletics. StubHub, be there. Here's a tapper in front of the plate, going to be handled by Smith. Underhand toss to Hancock, and the Tigers go quietly again. 1-2-3 here in the top of the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, nobody on base. Bulldogs come to the plate in the bottom of the 4th, and we're tied 1-1 on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Bottom half of the 4th inning. Moving along at a very good clip at the moment. Tie game 1-1. Samuel Dutton back out there to start his 4th inning. Logan Tanner will lead it off for Mississippi State, and the pitch to the right-hander misses low from Dutton. 1 ball, no strikes. Tigers 1 run on 1 hit. Mississippi State 1 run on a solo home run. They've added 3 hits as well. The 1-0 off speed, but in on the hands and high. 2-0.
Dutton's pitch count now at 48 as he begins the 4th inning. Allowed just 1 run on 3 hits, no walks, 1 strikeout.
The 2-0. Strike at the letters on the outside corner. That will bring Tanner to take a pause and step out.
Dutton not afraid to throw that curveball down in the count. 2-0.
The 2-1 pitch. Another breaking ball, but yanked to left field. Taking it on 1 hop is Stevenson, making the turn at first, but staying put there as the ball quickly relayed back into the infield. 4th hit of the day is Tanner. Stand at first base. We'll see the DH, Hunter Hines. Hines with a bullet down the first base line, handled by Morgan. Unassisted back in the 2nd.
Grant Taylor now back on the bullpen mound just past the LSU dugout down the right field line. And that may be it as Jay is making his way to the mound.
Pretty soon, Bill, we won't even have to say that.
Yeah.
You can just hear the Mississippi State fan reaction, and people listening will know that LSU has called a timeout. So again, I agree with Bill. I think this visit now will be talk to the infield and then make a change and a call to the bullpen.
Yeah, Grant's even drinking a cup of water right now. He knows he's going in. He's off the mound waiting for the call. He's just standing waiting to be signaled in.
Coach Johnson and Samuel Dutton having a conversation, and Coach Johnson now will make the call. So the Tigers make a pitching change here with nobody out in the bottom of the 4th inning. A tie game. Bulldogs have a runner aboard. Pitching change powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We'll give you the numbers on Grant Taylor, and we'll get back after it here in Starkville. 1-1 our score. Stay with us on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Got a 1-1 ball game here on Sunday. Beautiful Sunday in Starkville. Yes, it is beautiful here in Stark Vegas. Temperatures in the low 80s. LSU electing to go to the bullpen here. Mississippi State has a runner aboard, nobody out in the bottom half of the 4th inning. They'll go to Grant Taylor, another freshman arm out of the bullpen, making his first appearance of the weekend against Mississippi State.
Grant Taylor, big right-hander, true freshman out of Florence, Alabama. He's 6'3", 220 pounds. On the year for the Tigers, Taylor is making his 9th appearance, his 7th in relief. He is 3-0 with a 3.66 ERA. In 19 2/3 innings, he's allowed 16 hits, 8 earned runs. He's walked 7 and struck out 23. He's allowing just a .208 opponent batting average. He has given up 6 extra base hits, including 1 home run.
So Taylor's mission, now that he's chose to accept it, a runner on, nobody out, he'll face off against Hunter Hines. Left-handed hitter facing the right-handed throwing Taylor. Pitch to the plate, strike at the belt, make it 0-1.
Like Samuel Dutton, Taylor also features a 90s plus fastball and an outstanding breaking pitch.
Taylor will kick and fire. There's the breaking ball again for a strike, and he jumps ahead 0-2. Hines, you can almost tell, sitting there waiting to see a fastball, and he got 2 breaking balls in the low 80s. Across the plate about letter high. 0-2 the count. Setting up outside, looking for I believe, a called pitch out, Bill. Wasn't that obvious, but McManus, right as he started to come to the plate, jumped out to his left. It was an extended lead that time by Tanner, but he was not off and running. 1-2. Pitch sails outside, evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, runner on at first base. Taylor in relief. The 2-2. Didn't have the break in that one. Missed outside, and that'll fill the count after getting ahead 0-2 to Hines.
Taylor last pitched back on Tuesday night at home against Grambling. He worked 2 innings, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits, but had no walks and 5 strikeouts in that contest.
Payoff delivery from Taylor. Fastball called strike 3. Took a moment, but home plate umpire Michael Banks noodled it over and then said strike 3 on the inside corner. And boy, was Hines not happy. Tossed the bat as he walked away, but he was out of the purview, I believe, of home plate umpire Michael Banks before he tossed the bat. Then he picked it up and stomped his way back into the third base dugout. But a big strikeout there for Taylor, his first in relief. Brought to you by Super One Foods, great quality at super low prices. How about that?
Wow, 96 miles per hour on that fastball from Taylor.
In there at the kneecaps.
Ooh.
That'll bring Kellum Clark. Another fastball, but this one misses low.
I will say, though, that was one of the most delayed called strike 3 calls I've seen. I'd actually thought he was going to call it a ball.
I think the Bulldog fans are mad.
Yeah.
They thought that last pitch was the same pitch that struck Hines out that now is ruled ball 1. So they got the call they wanted. They just didn't like it. Here's the 1-0. Missing outside to the left-handed hitter. It's now 2 balls, no strikes.
Again,
what is it? You're danged if you do, danged if you don't.
And 96 again on that fastball from Taylor. Just missed the outside portion of the plate.
So after starting Hines off with breaking pitches, coming back with the fastball strikeout, going after Clark here early with the heater. But the 2-0 pitch, there's the breaking ball, and it's over for a strike to make it 2-1.
Just love how these LSU pitchers and pitching coach Jason Kelly are fearless. They're not afraid to throw that breaking ball down in the count.
Again, it speaks to the confidence they have in this staff, even in the younger arms for LSU. 2-1, fouled back into the screen. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification, Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network. One down here in the bottom of the 4th inning, a tie game, 1-1. Logan Tanner singled. He stands at first base. Here's a swing and a miss. Wow, down on strikes is again the fastball at 96. Taylor challenges and wins the battle. Second strikeout in relief with 2 gone. It'll be Brad Cumbas, the left fielder, trying to keep this inning going for Coach Lemonis and the Bulldogs. Tanner still at first base. Short lead off the bag. And a swing and a miss. Breaking ball that just tailed away and down from the right-handed swinging of Brad Cumbas.
Grant Taylor making his 4th appearance in an SEC game. He's worked 10 2/3 innings in the SEC prior to this outing.
Taylor, the 0-1. Breaking ball across the plate. It's 0-2.
As we said earlier, his best outing came at Florida 2 weeks ago. He relieved Samuel Dutton and worked 5 1/3 innings, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts to earn the win in Gainesville.
2 outs, runner on, an 0-2 count. Taylor to the plate. Foul tip held on to by McManus. And 3 huge strikeouts coming out of the bullpen. Grant Taylor closes it down for Mississippi State in the bottom of the 1st inning. They get a single to lead it off, nothing else. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on. Still 1-1 our score. Tigers coming to the plate in the top of the 5th when we return on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Super One Foods has super low prices on all your game day favorites. So up your grocery game and score big with Super One Foods. How about Grant Taylor, called upon from the bullpen for LSU after a leadoff single by the Bulldogs, but they get no farther than that. 3 strikeouts after coming in for Grant Taylor as LSU comes to the plate. First pitch offered up to Tyler McManus, lifted high in the air, deep to left center field, will come bouncing off the wall. Around second, the ball still getting away from McGowan. They will hold McManus up at third. The throw coming in got away from the cutoff man. As that time, Cumbas and McGowan both trailing back to left center field, and the ball hit the wall right between the 2 of them. And McManus rolls on in to third base, and then the carom off the wall got by McGowan. He had to give chase out in the outfield grass, and McManus kept on turning.
It looked like that Cumbas never saw it. He leaped. Where he leaped was nowhere near where the ball landed. And it dropped in between he and McGowan, and McManus gets credit for a triple.
His 2nd triple of the year. So right out of the gate here in the top of the 5th inning, LSU has McManus standing at third, Josh Stevenson at the plate. And the first pitch offered up by Cade Smith to Stevenson misses high with a fastball. And it's 1-0. Stevenson had the base hit his first time up in the 3rd inning. After laying down the bunt left side, he beat it out. That got the bases loaded. Looks like Cameron James playing just off the infield cut at third base. Has an idea that Stevenson may try to lay one down here, but so far not showing bunt. Doesn't show it here as the pitch misses outside. Now 3-0.
As we said earlier, Josh is the younger brother of Andrew Stevenson, All-American outfielder at LSU from 2013 to 2015. Andrew now with the Washington Nationals.
3-0 pitch. Take is on, and it's down the middle. Make it 3-1. So Stevenson looks back to the dugout now. He'll dig back in. McManus down at third. Tie game 1-1. The pitch in on the hands. Ball 4. And now Smith has walked 5 batters in this game. Runners first and third, nobody out. And to the top of the order, Trey Morgan. Morgan today 0 for 2. Had a ground out to the shortstop Leggett. Hit into a double play. Again hampered by a sore knee. Certainly not full speed for Morgan. Yeah, still able to handle it in the field and still able to swing the bat.
You know, Coach Johnson has always said that Trey is the ultimate competitor, and this weekend is a great demonstration of that. Playing through an injured knee. Hopefully it's something he'll recover from quickly, but he's not at 100% right now.
Nobody out. The first pitch, big swing, but he fouls it back and out of play down the left field line. And it's 0-1. We'll now see some personnel head down the left field line towards the Bulldog bullpen out there beyond the left field, Partyville, Mississippi.
A couple of right-handed relievers we saw back on Friday night. Casey Hunt and Brooks Auger making their way to the state bullpen.
The 0-1 to Morgan. Swung on, line drive right at Leggett, the shortstop. Again, hit hard, but Leggett only had to take 2 steps to his right. That'll keep runners first and third and recorded the first out in the top of the 5th.
Wow. Yeah, Trey really made great contact there. But Leggett had him played perfectly to make the grab.
So Dylan Cruz now. An opportunity here. McManus with the leadoff triple down at third. The walk to Stevenson has him at first base. And with 1 away, the first pitch from Smith. High and tight, missing ball 1. The Bulldogs, of course, Cruz known for his opposite field power. They're going to shade Cumbas towards left center. Gowan straight away center. And Clark straight away right field. Here's a sharply hit ground ball. Diving for it is Leggett. He will glove it but have no play. He'll put it in his pocket. McManus comes in to score. An infield single with an RBI for Dylan Cruz. And LSU takes a 2-1 lead.
Dylan Cruz comes through with the infield base hit. Nice stop by Leggett, but he realized he had no play either at first or second base. So Dylan Cruz this weekend now has 3 RBI.
Still 1 out. Runners first and second. Tigers with their first lead of the day. Jacob Berry, the left-hander. Pick up the bat. He'll stand in. Bulldogs playing straight up. Middle infield. Double play depth. As the pitch comes and absolutely slapped to right field. They'll go ahead and wave around the runner. Coming in is Stevenson. The throw cut off, and LSU makes it a 3-1 Tiger lead. RBI single to right for Jacob Berry. And the Tigers now with their 4th hit of the day.
Jacob Berry continues to swing a hot bat for LSU. His 4th hit of this weekend and his 4th RBI in the series.
Back to runners first and third. Cruz stands 90 feet away. Berry at first base. And K. Doty, the cleanup hitter. 0 for 2, looking for something here. He's got 2 hits in the series. Fastball from Smith. Missing low, ball 1. And now the bullpen working overtime now. As Smith wearing down here in the top of the 5th inning. Doty chases one outside with a half swing, and he went around. It's 1-1.
We can see one of those right-handers throwing. Looks like Auger is the one who's throwing in earnest right now.
Saw Auger for a short time on Friday night before they went to Fristow. The 1-1. Misses outside. Sliding to his right is Tanner to keep it in front of him. And it's 2-1 now to Cade Doty. The 2-1. Again, trying to stay away, missing low and outside. Cade Doty in a fine spot. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Cade looking for his first RBI of the series.
Smith from the stretch. The 3-1. Belted, but a line drive at, again, Leggett, the shortstop. He'll take it on the glove throw to first. It got away from Hancock, and Berry able to get back. Second out of the inning. And again, second line drive that's been hit well off the bat, but Leggett again perfectly placed in the 6 hole, makes the grab.
Again, that ball was smashed, this time by Cade Doty. Leggett might have doubled off Berry. Berry was pretty far off the bag, but Leggett's throw was a little off the base and allowed Berry to get back in safely.
Josh Pearson now will stand in. 0-2 on the day. Does have 4 runs batted in. An opportunity to add to that here with Cruz at third, Berry at first base. The first delivery hit high in the air, roped to right field, going back at the wall, and it is gone! Just over the fence. Kellum Clark made a leap, thought he might have it, looked in his glove, but it was in the second row beyond the right field wall. And Josh Pearson, with his first home run as a Fighting Tiger, extends the lead for LSU. It's now 6-1.
You know, Chris, we've been talking about it all week and how well Josh Pearson is swinging the bat, and he wasn't always rewarded for those great swings. He hit a lot of loud outs. That was a loud home run. That was a blast.
Into the wind, no less.
Exactly.
It looked like Clark had a play on it. He went up right at the top of the wall, and as he came down, he looked in his glove and then swung his arms in disbelief. That's one Josh Pearson won't soon forget. 6-1 now LSU with 2 outs. Thompson stands in. Smith with a breaking ball over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Tigers 5 runs on 4 hits here in the top of the 5th as they get to the Bulldogs starter. Thompson lifts one to center field, coming in, diving, and making the play is McGowan. Diving towards the infield, not an easy play, but able to make it for out number 3. But LSU gets the lead, extends the lead. 5 runs on 4 hits. They leave nobody on. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. 6-1 LSU on the LSU Sports Radio Network. LSU opens it up in the top of the 5th inning. We were tied going into the 5th, and LSU able to plate 5 runs on 4 hits. Highlighted by the deep home run by Josh Pearson, a 3-run blast. And the Tigers with a 5-run lead as we hit the bottom of the 5th inning. McGowan to lead it off. First delivery from Taylor misses outside for ball 1. McGowan flied out to Stevenson in left field his first time up. Grant Taylor in relief of the starter, Samuel Dutton. Pitch. There's a strike. Fastball at 92, and it's 1-1. The 1-1. Chopping ground ball towards second. Doty will come in, charge, and glove it. Throw to Morgan. 4-3 ground out, 1 gone. McGowan retired. TJ Ribs, the official barbecue restaurant of LSU Athletics, proudly serving the greater Baton Rouge area their famous barbecue since 1986. TJ Ribs, the reason for ribs. Hope to see you at TJ Ribs tomorrow night. Week 3 of the Jay Johnson Show, 7 o'clock. Coach will be on hand. Sure, he'll be pleased to talk about this weekend, regardless of the outcome of today's game. LSU taking the first 2 games of this series. Tanner Leggett stands in. First pitch from Taylor brushes him off the plate inside, ball 1.
Tigers will be back at home on Tuesday night. Lamar Cardinals, coached by former LSU player Will Davis. They'll be at the box Tuesday night at 6:30.
The 1-0. In on the hands, a high Baltimore chop to the first base side. Morgan will glove it. Toss to Taylor covering for out number 2, and Morgan had to wait a lifetime for that ball to come back down, as it was a good 20 feet in the air after the high chop in front of the plate. But there's 2 gone here in the bottom of the 5th inning. I think I read somewhere Lamar making the decision to go back to the Southland Conference. They were one of the Southland members that were going to join, I believe, the WAC.
That's right.
And then earlier this past week, they announced they were actually going to stay or return,
wow,
I guess, as it were,
to
the Southland Conference.
To me, that makes perfect sense.
See Lamar and LSU at the box on Tuesday. Taylor's first delivery to Yeager. This is inside for ball 1. Yeager today, a solo home run in the first, his second of the series, 9th of the year, and he was a strikeout victim in the second at bat against Dutton back in the 3rd. The 1-0, look out. Ducking underneath that pitch high and inside is Yeager, and it's 2-0. Delivery to the plate. Fastball. Low in the zone, a swing and a miss. 2-1.
SEC update is presented for the people by Caesars Sportsbook. 1 final in so far today in Knoxville, Tennessee. Sweeps Missouri. Final today was Tennessee 4, Missouri 3.
2 outs, the 2-1. Another fastball, but inside again. Yeager stepping back. 3-1 the count.
Tennessee is now 12-0 in the SEC, 31-1 overall. They were actually out hit today by Missouri 9-5, but the Vols get the 4-3 win.
3-1. Strike on the inside corner. Again, another fastball from Taylor coming right at Yeager, but staying in on the hands. Fills the count 3-2. Taylor on the mound with tons of confidence. Payoff pitch. Ground ball, and it will get by. Jordan Thompson is short. Again, perfectly placed on the bounce by Yeager. Picks up his second hit of the day, and with 2 outs, Mississippi State finds a way to extend the inning and bring to the plate Cameron James, the third baseman.
It's Yeager's 6th hit in this series. The good news for the Tigers is he only has 2 RBI. Most of his hits have come with no one on base, including 2 solo homers.
So now James stands in. He's 1 for 2, had a single back in the 3rd. Taylor from the stretch, and the curveball over for a strike. 0-1.
Other SEC scores, games in progress, bottom of the 8th inning in Columbia. Georgia leads South Carolina 13-8. That series tied going into today, 1 win each.
The 0-1. Fastball down in the zone. James chased it, comes up empty. Taylor gets ahead 0-2.
Bottom of the 4th inning at Auburn. Auburn leads Vanderbilt 7-2. Auburn looking for a series win over the Commodores. Bottom of the 1st inning in Oxford. Alabama leads Ole Miss 1-0. Alabama looking for a sweep of the Rebels.
The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball, just missed, maybe a bit high. But a great 0-2 pitch there by Taylor. James stays away, and it's 1-2. And Taylor's done an excellent job keeping the hitters off balance, breaking balls to fastballs. We'll see here ahead in the count, the 1-2. Misses low, he delivers the heater, and it's 2-2. Two outs, runner on. LSU leading 6-1. Taylor comes set. The 2-2, high and inside, swing and a miss, and Taylor records the strikeout. His fourth in relief, another brought to you by Super One Foods. Great quality at super low prices. Mississippi State done, no runs, one hit, one man left on. It's a 6-1 LSU lead here in Game 3. Tigers will have Joe Bear, McManus, and Stevenson 7, 8, and 9 when we come back to Stark Vegas after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network. The official construction equipment partner of LSU Athletics. For all of your rental needs, call 877-700-RENT or visit HERentals.com today. Your Fighting Tigers of LSU here in Game 3, leading 6-1. Tie game before LSU able to plate 5 runs in the top half of the 5th inning to open up a 6-1 lead. Braden Joe Bear will lead it off, and the first pitch he fouls back behind the plate, out of play. New pitcher on the mound for the Bulldogs. Brooks Auger takes over, second appearance on the weekend.
Auger, 6'5", 205 pounds, sophomore right-hander, a North Louisiana native. He's from Farmerville, Louisiana.
The 0-1 misses, maybe outside. 1-1.
On the year, Auger 2-0, 2.25 ERA, 14th appearance of the year, which is the most on the Bulldog staff.
1-1, and it's a line drive. They had the shift on, handled at second, and the throw by Yeager back to first from deep in right field. They'll say is in time to get Joe Bear at first base.
Gosh. Well, Braden Joe Bear's got to be frustrated.
And it looks like they're going to be asked to review this one. Again, they had the extreme shift with Yeager playing a good 20 feet into right field. He also had to run to his left near the foul line in right. Able to dive, pick it up quickly, and throw to first. And the umpire at first base, Clint Lawson, said it was in time to get Joe Bear, but now we'll go under review and another Acme Oyster House official review, second of the ball game.
Yeah, that shift has been frustrating at times for the Tigers, especially for Joe Bear. He's had a few balls hit in that direction that have been fielded by the second baseman Yeager, who's basically playing in shallow right field. It looked to me like the throw beat him in real time, but they're reviewing it now.
Waiting to see if we can get another replay up in our broadcast booth. And pretty quick review, so they will stick with the call on the field. Jobert out at first base. So one away here in the top half of the 6th inning. And you're right, boy, Braden has had some tough luck with the shift. LSU's had times this weekend where they've been able to beat the shift, but the left-handed hitters, certainly Braden Jobert. Yeager, playing basically a rover in right field, has come up big for them defensively. Tyler McManus now will stand in. McManus took one off the wall in left center for his second triple of the year to lead things off, to get things started there in the top half of the 5th inning. First pitch from Auger, a called strike, 0-1. The 0-1 fastball lifted foul out of play right side of Rotolo's foul ball. Fans, remember, when the Tigers win, you win. Enter promo code LSU50 the day after an LSU baseball victory, and you'll receive 50% off your online order at papajohns.com. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. There's a ground ball, and it gets by the diving first baseman Hancock, who was a man on an island with the defensive shift. 3 infielders left of second base. Hancock trying to play halfway between first and second, but a great bouncing ball off the bat of McManus will get him his second hit of the day, and with 1 out, the Tigers have a runner aboard, and we'll see Josh Stevenson.
Great job of handling the bat by Tyler McManus. We've seen him go the opposite way earlier this season. He had a big 2 RBI base hit the opposite way in the Texas A&M series.
Well, as the old saying goes, Bill, the shift taketh away.
Yep.
The shift sometimes will giveth. That time the Tigers able to beat it. And we'll see Stevenson now. Auger to the plate. Fastball up in the zone. Swing and a miss by Stevenson. Couldn't stay away, and it's 0-1.
Auger, coming into today's game, had worked 16 innings, given up just 4 runs on 10 hits, 10 walks, and 20 strikeouts, a 192 opponent batting average. He has allowed 1 home run. That home run was on Friday night, the one he gave up to Dylan Cruz in the top of the 9th inning.
The 0-1 shows bunt. He'll pull it back, and there's a strike. Falls behind 0-2.
In that Friday night appearance, Auger worked a third of an inning, was charged with 1 run on 2 hits. No walks, no strikeouts.
McManus short lead off of first, and an 0-2 count to Stevenson at the plate. Pitch sails outside from Auger, 1-2.
Production from the bottom of the LSU lineup has been great so far today. McManus and Stevenson, the 8 and 9 hitters, have combined to reach base 5 straight times.
Little extended lead for McManus off of first. Auger will come to the plate, and again missing badly outside, evens a count 2-2. LSU finishing up this weekend on Sunday. Again, as Bill mentioned, Tuesday night back at home at the box, taking on Lamar with a 6:30 first pitch. And then a 3-game set in Fayetteville that will begin on Thursday against Arkansas. First pitch Thursday evening, 6:30 from Baum Stadium. The 2-2 misses high and outside. Auger, not sure if he's upset with the call or upset with himself, but nonetheless, he fills the count after getting ahead early, 0-2. Stevenson now has worked it full.
Yeah, this is a very challenging part of the LSU schedule. You knew it going in when you saw 2 straight weekends on the road at Mississippi State and at Arkansas. Very compressed time frame, too. There's not a whole lot of turnaround between Sunday and Wednesday when LSU leaves for Fayetteville.
The 3-2 belted and foul back behind the third base dugout. Another Rotolo's foul ball keeps the count 3 balls and 2 strikes.
LSU hangs on to this lead. The Tigers will be just a game behind Arkansas in the SEC West, setting up that showdown in Fayetteville.
They lead by 5 runs here in the top of the 6th, 6-1. Off speed, swing and a miss. Stevenson out in front of that one. Nicely executed by Brooks Auger. He'll record the strikeout, his first in relief, and there's 2 gone here in the top half of the 6th. To the top of the order, and Trey Morgan. Morgan grounded out to Leggett, the shortstop. Hit into a double play, get hampered with a sore knee running down the first baseline, and then lined out, smoked one right at Leggett again, who was playing just left of second base where he is now. First pitch and a swing and a foul into the screen. 0-1.
Trey, of course, on that sore knee, provided the game-winning hit back on Friday night. 2 out, 2 RBI single in the top of the 9th inning, gave LSU a 3-2 lead, and Tigers went on to the 5-2 win.
The 0-1 swung on, and again foul out of play left side. Morgan behind in the count, 0-2. Fans, visit your local Kubota dealer, and you'll see quickly why the Kubota is the #1 rated reliability under 100 horsepower tractor in the US of A. Visit LSU, KubotaDealers.com for your nearest Kubota dealer and test drive a Kubota. The 0-2 to Morgan. This is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Here's the final line on the Mississippi State starter, Cade Smith. He goes 5 innings, gives up 6 earned runs on 5 hits. He walked 5 and struck out 1.
McManus down at first base. A single through the right side. This one, fastball gets loose, misses badly. 2-2 the count now to Morgan. I'd love to have a count of how many times in his career Trey Morgan swings and fouls off the first pitch in at bats. He's very aggressive. The 2-2. Speaking of aggressive, into the alley, right center field. Rolling to the track, rolling to the wall. McManus around second, and they will send him in. The throw just coming into the infield. And Trey Morgan delivers a double with an RBI, and the Tigers make it 7-1.
He's something else. He smacked that ball into the gap in right center field. At full speed, that's probably a triple, but Trey, all he could do was basically jog into second base, as that ball went all the way to the wall in the right center field gap.
7 runs on 7 hits today so far for LSU. And again, 2 out hitting. A foundational tenet of Jay Johnson and his hitting philosophy. LSU able to do it. Extend the lead. Now Dylan Cruz with an opportunity. Morgan at second base. First pitch from Auger. Strike at the letters. 0-1. Cruz today a strikeout in the first to Cade Smith, who looked unstoppable through the first 2 frames. Then got a walk, left stranded in the third, and then drove in a run with a single and came in to score himself in the 5th inning. The 0-1 hit in the air, but will find the seats down the line and right out of play. 0-2 the count.
Cruz this weekend with 2 runs batted, or make it 3 runs batted in, including one earlier today. Had an RBI single back in the 5th inning to help highlight that 5-run outburst.
Tigers with a chance to add more here. Morgan, albeit a little slow at second base, but here's the swing and a miss. Cruz down on strikes for the 2nd time, and Auger closes down the top of the 6th inning for the Tigers, but not before they pick up 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 1 man on, but we head now to the bottom of the 6th inning. 7-1, LSU leading over Mississippi State on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Bottom of the 6th inning here in Starkville, Dudy Noble Field on a Sunday afternoon. LSU leading 7-1. Tigers 22-9, now 6-5 after taking the first 2 games here against Mississippi State. Bulldogs 18-14, falling to 4-7. Tigers getting some separation on a number of teams, but certainly over the Bulldogs. First pitch, a bouncing ground ball, but foul as it crosses the line in front of the first base bag. 0-1 the count to Luke Hancock. Again, the Tigers, along with 5 others in SEC play, came into the 4th weekend of league action, 4-5. But as Bill pointed out earlier in the Cajun Country Rice on Deck show, if LSU can hold this lead, possibly be 1 game out of first in the West. Again, trying to get some separation between that bottleneck in the SEC West, with 5 teams coming in this weekend, 4-5. The 0-1 to Hancock is a strike from Taylor, and he gets ahead 0-2.
Coming into today's game, LSU is in a 3-way tie for second place at 6-5 with Auburn and Alabama. Auburn had a 5-run lead over Vanderbilt, so Auburn appears poised to improve to 7-5 as well.
The 0-2. The out pitch misses outside, and again, Hancock not chasing. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And Alabama had an early lead against Ole Miss. Alabama looking for a sweep in Oxford, which is pretty hard to do.
1-2. Breaking ball didn't break back over the plate, misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I imagine it is surprising to a lot of people in Oxford, Mississippi, this Ole Miss team that has struggled in league play. Here's a foul tip, but held on to by McManus, and Hancock down on strikes for the first time today. Taylor records strikeout number 5. Brought to you by Super One Foods. Great quality at super low prices.
We'll give you that update presented for the people by Caesars Sportsbook. Alabama still continues to lead Ole Miss 1-0 in the bottom of the 2nd inning, and Auburn continues to lead Vanderbilt 7-2. They're in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Also surprising, Auburn and Vanderbilt this weekend, the action there at Plainsman Park. This one right back up the middle, just missed Taylor, but finds its way into center field. Boy, Taylor put up the glove, but luckily it didn't get a piece of him, as that one was launched off the bat of Logan Tanner. 6th hit of the day for the Bulldogs. Tanner arrived safely with a 1-out single right back up the middle.
The other game in progress is now in the bottom of the 9th. Georgia leads South Carolina 13-8. Georgia will win that series if they hang on. As we told you earlier, final today was Tennessee 4, Missouri 3. Tennessee 12-0 in the SEC.
That'll bring Hunter Hines to the plate. Taylor will fire the fastball, and he'll foul it off into the screen. 0-1. Hines today grounded out on a great play made by Morgan down the line at first, unassisted, and then was caught looking in the 4th inning. Taylor to the plate, and again that breaking ball off speed just sails outside on him. 1-1. Again, nobody wants to follow the organ prompt. Same as yesterday. There's 2 claps right there. Everybody knows that tune. The 1-1 fastball, and lifted down the line, foul to the berm in left field. Out of play. It's 1-2.
A little more response to the organ now.
Yeah, a little bit. I get it though. Trailing 7-1. The 1-2. This time the breaking pitch drops in low, and Hines wisely keeps the bat back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Will we get a charge, Bill? Let's see. If we found, they won't get to it. Run out of time. 1 out, runner at first. The 2-2. Fastball from Taylor misses low. Fills the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Jay Johnson has really raved about the atmosphere here at this ballpark. They've done a tremendous job. Nearly 12,000 fans here on Friday night and over 14,000 yesterday.
Taylor, the payoff pitch. Little high chopper towards second, could be two. Doty steps on the bag, throws to first in time for the twin killing. Perfectly hit where Doty could turn two, and that'll end it for Mississippi State. Again, similar to the last 3 innings. No runs, 1 hit. This time nobody left on. We go now to the top of the 7th in Starkville. LSU leading by 6 runs, 7-1 on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Your LSU Fighting Tigers leading 7-1 over Mississippi State. Game 3 here in Starkville, Mississippi. Tigers 7 runs on 7 hits. Mississippi State took an early 1-0 lead on a solo home run from R.J. Yeager in the bottom of the 1st inning. Tigers would tie it up in the top of the 3rd after ample opportunity to take the lead, unable to do so until the top of the 5th. Scoring 5 runs, including a 3-run home run by Josh Pearson, his first as an LSU Tiger. We move now to the top of the 8th inning. Jacob Berry to lead it off for LSU. 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up, heart of the order. Again, second pitcher of the day, Brooks Auger, remains on the mound in relief. First pitch, a called strike to Berry. Jacob today 1 for 2 at the plate. Had a single back in the 5th inning that drove in a run. The 0-1 misses low, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Berry faced Auger back on Friday night in that big 9th inning. After the Cruz home run, Berry doubled against Auger.
1-1, low and inside from Auger. Make it 2-1. The old ground rule double for Berry there on Friday night. As the Tigers unleash the bats in the top of the 9th with 2 outs. Coming from behind to win. This one again low at the ankles for ball 3. Now 3-1 to Berry. He had the 3-run yank over the right center field wall yesterday. The 3-1, big swing. Again, the extreme shift, a bouncing ball to Yeager in the outfield and right. And the second baseman again makes his second putout. As the throw to first in time, Berry retired 1 away. Tiger fans, you can show off your team spirit when you're at the game, and of course even when you're at home. Just visit cox.com/Tigers. Take a selfie with your favorite Tiger. Cox, we're LSU fans 24/7. Cade Doty waits for the first delivery. Auger fires a fastball for a strike. 0-1. Cade 0 for 3 today. Fly out to right, grounded out to first, and lined out. A sharply hit ball to Leggett, the shortstop, his last time in the 5th. Back-to-back strikes offered up by Auger. It's 0-2. 0-2 pitch. Hit a mile high into the air. Deep to left field. Cumbus going back, and it is gone. Cade Doty with a solo shot will extend the lead 8-1. As Doty with his 8th round tripper of the season.
And we had said earlier that Cade had kind of a quiet weekend prior to that home run. He was just 2 for 11 in the series with a pair of singles, but man, that was a mammoth shot, no doubt about it, into the left field lounge.
That ball took a high bounce at the very back of that lounge in left center field. The second bounce may have found the condos. Josh Pearson. He had a big swing his last at bat. 3-run homer in the 5th inning. Just over the wall in right. Takes a swing here and lifts this one high in the air to left field. Cumbus going back. Cumbus at the track, at the wall. See ya! Back-to-back jacks. And the second home run for Josh Pearson today, and it's 9-1 LSU.
Wow, Josh Pearson, homer the opposite way this time. A little benefit from the wind, I would imagine. That wind blowing very briskly from right to left. He got enough of it to send it out of here. Tigers now in command at 9-1.
5 home runs this weekend. It's 9-1 LSU. 9 runs on 9 hits, including 3 home runs today. Thompson stands in. First pitch to the right-hander misses from Auger. It's 1-0. This one hit towards the gap in left center field, dropping quickly. Cumbus coming over, makes the dive and makes the catch. Wow, impressive play by Cumbus as Thompson ripped that one off the bat. Looked like it was dropping, gravity pulling it down quickly, but Cumbus able to get there in time. Hold on after diving on the grass for out number 2.
Again, a ball that was well struck. Thompson really gave it a ride into the gap in left center. Cumbus with a nice play.
So now we'll see Braden Joubert. Pitch to Joubert, missing high from Auger, 1-0. Mississippi State will host UAB coming up on the 12th here at the Dude. And then hosting Auburn here next weekend. Slow tap ground ball to second. Shortstop Leggett was playing over that way on the shift. He'll glove it, throw to first, and that'll end it for LSU. However, they add 2 more runs to their total. 2 runs on 2 hits. Back-to-back home runs. The Tigers make it a 9-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the 8th here in Starkville on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Game 3 on Sunday here in Starkville, and the Fighting Tigers lead 9-1 over homestanding Mississippi State. Fans finding healthcare should not require extra innings. That's why Our Lady of the Lake makes it convenient to fit care into your busy schedule. You can learn more at olrmc.com/video visits. First pitch offered up to Clark, lifted high down the line in left, fair territory. Stevenson comes over. Can of corn records the out. Out number 1. So 1 pitch and 1 out. Grant Taylor, another fine exhibition on the mound, in relief thus far for LSU. Against Samuel Dutton with a good start. But it's been about the bullpen this weekend, Bill Franquez, taking nothing away from Mikael Hilliard, Blake Money, and the aforementioned Samuel Dutton. But the bullpen has been the story for LSU.
Oh, it's been phenomenal.
Brad Cumba stands in. Taylor fires in on the hands with a fastball, and it's ball 1, 1-0.
Taylor has followed the script to perfection up to this point. 3 1/3 innings, no runs, just 2 hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts for the big right-hander.
The 1-0 to Cumbus, swing and a miss. Fastball low in the zone. Cumbus missed it with the end of the bat. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dutton went 3 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. It was a solo home run. It was earned. 1 strikeout, no walks before Taylor took over. The 2-1, slow tapper, charging in. Berry gloves it with the backhand, throws to first. The stretch by Morgan in time for out number 2. Beautiful play by Berry.
You can see Jacob Berry becoming more and more comfortable at third base. He's made some difficult plays in recent weeks. Looks like he's becoming much more familiar with the position.
Pinch hitter going to come in. We'll see Braylon Skinner again. He made the start yesterday for the Bulldogs in center field. He'll come in to bat for McGowan, who started in center. Skinner yesterday 1 for 2. Had a base hit up the middle in one of his at-bats yesterday. So with 2 down, bottom of the 8th, it'll be a righty on lefty matchup as Taylor looks in, winds and delivers. The pitch to Skinner, misses high, eye level, 1-0. Still many Bulldog fans taking in the beautiful weather here, although the score not in their favor. The 1-0, late coming around, swing and a miss, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike as now some paper flies around the field with the wind. One ball, 1 strike. With 2 outs, the pitch. Another fastball, and again gets by him. Swing and a miss, 1-2. 96-mile-an-hour fastball from Taylor.
Man, he has not lost the velocity off of that heater. This would be pitch number 50 for Taylor.
The 1-2, another fastball that misses, maybe low. That's about all. 2-2. Again, 96 on the gun. Skinner now with a 2-2 count. Taylor to the plate. Right back over the mound, over the outstretched glove of Taylor, but a backhand pick by Jody, and the throw off balance to first brings Morgan off the bag, and Skinner arrives safely. Tough play just over the reach of Taylor, who went for it on the mound on a high bounce. Doty did a great job right behind the second base bag with a backhand pick, but then the momentum carried him towards left field. Had to throw across his body. Skinner plenty of speed to beat that one. So a 2-out infield single keeps the inning going, and we'll see another pinch hitter now. Slate Alford will pick up a bat. Alford, freshman out of Madison, Alabama, a right-handed hitter. His first at bat of the season.
Just the 3rd hit allowed by Taylor. All 3 hits he has allowed have been singles.
Alford stands 6'3", 220 pounds. Pitch to the freshman. Breaking ball away, 1-0.
Alford only has 3 at-bats in SEC play, 1 for 3 in conference games.
Skinner off of first as the fastball comes in low. Make it 2-0 now, the count to Alford. Taylor, the 2-0 pitch. High fastball and a foul tip, but held on to by McManus, will make it 2-1.
It's a big at bat for Taylor. You want to retire Alford, the pinch hitter who has not played a whole lot, not have to face Yeager again.
Skinner takes his lead off of first with 2 outs. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Again, Taylor throwing fire at 95, challenging Alford. Evens a count 2-2. Alford, a product of Bob Jones High School there in Madison, Alabama. Chose the Bulldogs over Auburn and Tennessee. Getting his first at bat of the season. 2 outs, runner on at first. The 2-2, another fastball, and Alford got a piece to stay alive. Fouls it back. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fans, you won't believe how much life you can fit into the 2022 RAV4. Just visit your local Toyota dealer or log on to Toyota.com today. 9-1 LSU leads. And the 2-2 pitch hit high in the air to left field. Stevenson going to give chase, but Alford in his first at bat is going to swing one and put it out of the ballpark. That'll make it 9-3 LSU.
Wow. Not what we expected there. Alford, as we said, has been played very little this season. Just 3 at-bats in SEC play. Slams it into the left field lounge and gives Mississippi State some life. It is, of course, his first homer of the year.
So a 2-out, 2-run home run brings a little life back to the dude here. And now R.J. Yeager atop the order. Grant Taylor now will have to put that behind him as we'll see some activity begin to toil down in the right field bullpen for the Fighting Tigers. Looks like Riley Cooper walked out there. He's having a seat on the bench as Jay Johnson now will make the walk out here, as you can tell by the Bronx cheer. And Cooper now takes off the pullover and gets up on the rubber. He'll start to toss here in just a bit. Again, another example of LSU managing this bullpen. Cooper already made an appearance this weekend, but has kept the pitch count low and has been very effective and efficient. So again, high on Jay Johnson's list of arms out of the pen for LSU is Cooper. A little bit of junk ball, got a decent fastball. Certainly keeps hitters off balance. So we'll see. Jay Johnson again out there talking as Cooper just now throwing in the pen. They also have a right-hander soft tossing as well. Now the catcher is down for Cooper. But Jay Johnson's back to the dugout.
Trent Vittmeyer is the right-hander, just tossing off of the mound right now. Cooper's thrown 24 pitches this weekend. As you said, very efficient. He threw 8 pitches on Friday night, 16 pitches in yesterday's game. So Coach Johnson feels confident that Riley can come back again if needed.
Amazing, should Riley get the call at some point in this game, that he will pitch in all 3 games out of the pen. Yeager takes the first pitch from Taylor. Missed inside, 1-0. Yeager today, the solo home run in the first to give the Bulldogs a 1-0 lead early. A strikeout victim in the third in the second meeting against starter Samuel Dutton. And then a base hit last time off of Grant Taylor. This pitch misses outside, now make it 2-0. Have a chance anytime this weekend, Bill, to take in the lovely hamlet of Starkville?
Not a whole lot. Most of it was centered around the Hilton Garden Inn.
2-0 is fouled off and bounces its way into the dugout. Got to say, pretty much the same. Not a lot to see out there around the hotel facility. Little, what, an exit away from the university exit. 2-1 base hit. Yeager sends it through to left field. They'll make the turn, but the ball comes back, and now a 2-out single following up the 2-run homer. And Mississippi State now trying to get something going late in this affair.
You know, Taylor looked in complete control. He retired the first 2 hitters with no trouble to start the 7th, but then an infield single by Skinner, a home run by the pinch hitter Alford, his first homer of the year, first homer of his career. And now R.J. Yeager, of course, he's had an unbelievable series, singles, and Mississippi State believes they can come back into this game.
Tigers still leading by 6 runs, 9-3.
Yeager, by the way, now has 7 hits in this series.
Grant Taylor and this LSU defense got to find a way to shut down this smoldering fire here in the bottom of the 8th. First delivery, a called strike. Wiggles the breaking ball on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Cameron James at the plate. Single back in the 3rd. Strikeout victim to Grant Taylor. Back in the 5th inning, his last appearance at the plate. Taylor from the stretch, the 0-1. Breaking ball down into the artificial dirt. McManus keeps it in front of him. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
So I'm thinking if Taylor does not retire James, we'll likely see Riley Cooper to face Hancock.
Two outs, runner at first, and a 1-1 count. Taylor fires. Did he go around? They say he did not. Clint Lawson, umpire at first base, said he held back. 2-1. Here's a foul off the foot coming off the bat of James. 2-2. 330 down the lines here at the Dude, left and right. Power alley about 380 in right, 385 in left, and the big Duty Noble Field across the center field wall. Bill, will take a guesstimation. What do you want to say? Close to 400?
Yeah, in the old days it was 390. I'm not sure if they reconfigured the distances when they remodeled the park, but 390 was where it has been in the past.
Breaking ball, called strike 3. Another late reaction by home plate umpire Michael Banks, but at the letters, the breaking ball offered up by Grant Taylor records his 6th punch out of the day. That strikeout brought to you by Super One Foods, great quality at super low prices, just when they needed it. Mississippi State, however, plates 2 runs. They do that on 2 hits, and they make it a 9-3 ball game as we head to the top of the 9th. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Top of the ninth inning. 9-3 LSU leads. Mississippi State able to get 2 runs closer. 2-run bomb by Slate Alford. His first home run of the year came into pinch hit. Got down early in the count 0-2 to Taylor, but then blasted one over the left center field wall. Tigers 9 runs on 9 hits. They've had 3 homers today. Bulldogs 3 runs on 9 hits. They've had 2 long distance shots. Tigers come to the plate here in the top of the ninth. Maybe get some of those runs back and then some. McManus, Stevenson at the bottom of the order. Then Trey Morgan due up. New pitcher on the mound. Mikey Tepper takes over, a right-hander for the Bulldogs. Skinner takes over in center field, came into pinch hit. And Alford, who pinch hit for McGowan, or check that. The shortstop, Leggett, will have Lane Forsythe come in defensively and play it short. First delivery missing for ball 1 from Tepper, and McManus will dig back in. McManus 2 for 3, or rather 2 for 2 on the day. Fastball on the outside corner makes it 1-1.
Mikey Tepper, sophomore right-hander for Mississippi State. 6 foot, 200 pounds, out of Fort Mill, South Carolina.
The 1-1. And a ground ball, base hit. Sneaking through the 4-hole just by R.J. Yeager, who was shaded towards second base. And McManus again finds the hole in the infield. 2 singles and a triple today. He's reached base all 4 times. Had a walk back in the 3rd. So productive day for McManus, getting the start behind the plate. Now we'll see Josh Stevenson. Stevenson a base hit in the 3rd. Walk, came around to score in the 5th, was a strikeout victim last time in the 6th inning. Pitch to the plate. Fastball misses outside.
For Tepper on the year, he's 1-1, 6.75 ERA, his 10th appearance of the season. He's only pitched 9 1/3 innings. He's given up 8 earned runs. Check that, 7 earned runs on 8 hits, 9 walks, 12 strikeouts.
Pitch from Tepper, high and outside. Ball 2 to Stevenson. Stevenson with the first start of his career in left field today. Again, this is just his 13th at bat of the year. He's 4 for 12. The 2-0 pitch, showing bunt. He'll bring it back. The pitch misses outside. It's now 3 balls, no strikes. Stevenson, impressive, Bill. .333 average now. And certainly has done very well in this opportunity to start today. .30 delivery. Ball 4. So Tepper, 4 straight pitches, and he puts Stevenson aboard, and LSU and nobody else has runners first and second. And to the top of the order we go, and Trey Morgan.
Again, I'll point to the production from the Tigers' 8 and 9 hitters today. McManus and Stevenson have been on base a combined 7 out of 8 plate appearances.
Wow.
McManus has been on base all 4 times, and Stevenson now on base 3 out of his 4 plate appearances.
Morgan with a double and an RBI in his last at bat. Back in the 6th inning. 1 for 4 atop the order for LSU. He's got runners first and second, nobody out. And Tepper misses with this pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Riley Cooper continuing to toss down in the bullpen, so it appears Jay Johnson may rely on the left-hander in the bottom of the 9th. We'll wait and see. The 1-0 ground ball, again going to be tough for Yeager, coming over to his left. The second baseman has it. His only play is to first to record out number 1. Again, Morgan hampered by that bum knee, slow getting down the line. He looks a little frustrated. He thought at full strength he could have made that a closer play, but nonetheless he advances the runners to second and third with just 1 out, and we'll see Dylan Cruz. And Cruz today 1 for 3. Had a base hit with an RBI in the 5th inning, but a couple of strikeouts. He did arrive safely at third on a walk, or at first in the 3rd on a walk. McManus at third. Stevenson now down at second base. Pitch to Cruz and a strike. Fastball on the inside corner, make it 0-1. Cruz this season has been good with runners in scoring position, batting .333. The 0-1 way outside. Tanner having to extend the arm to keep that one in front of him. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Cruz. Swing and a miss. Chased it outside and up in the zone. 1-2. One away, runners second and third. Tigers leading 9-3 here in game 3. Pitch from Tepper, high chopper towards second base. Ooh. Hits off the bag and Karam's left into left field. McManus will score. Stevenson around third will score, and standing up at second base is Dylan Cruz, who put it right on the left corner of the second base bag, and whoopsie, there it goes.
When you're hot, you're hot. Very fortunate for the Tigers. Bouncer that had a chance to get through anyway, but once it hit the bag, Mississippi State had no play, and both runs score easily.
Yeager has been so effective at second base. You could just see his body heading towards behind second base as if he was going to take it on that bounce, which would have been a difficult play to get Cruz at first, but then it hit the bag and over the head of Forsythe, who was charging in from short, and it bounces into shallow left field. Tigers get those 2 runs back. It's now 11-3. Pitch to Berry, inside corner, called strike. It is 0-1. Jacob Berry today 1 for 3 at the plate. Also had a single with an RBI in the 5th inning. He's got Cruz down at second base. Still just 1 out. Ground ball. This one right at Forsythe, left of second base. The shortstop scoops it up, throws to first. Cruz advances. He was running at the crack of the bat. He's at third. Berry out at first. And there's 2 gone. That'll bring Cade Doty to the plate. Doty 1 for 4 today. It was a solo shot. Home run back in the 7th inning. Tigers with 1 run in the 3rd, 5 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and now 2 in the 8th. Cruz stands 90 feet down the line at third. The pitch to Doty. Low and inside, ball 1. The fastball missing from Mikey Tepper. The 1-0 off speed. Swing and a miss by Doty. Fooled him with the off-speed pitch, and it's 1-1. They'll institute the defensive shift with 3 defenders left in the infield, but this one roped down the line in the corner and left. Cruz will cruise on into home plate, and an RBI double for Cade Doty. 2 great back-to-back at bats. And it's now 12-3 LSU.
Cade had not had much to show on the stat sheet prior to the 7th inning of today's game, but man, back-to-back tremendous at-bats. A homer in the 7th and an RBI double here in the 8th inning.
So after giving up 2 runs in the bottom half, LSU coming back here. Plating 3 runs. This one by Pearson. Fair ball just beyond the first base line. Karam's off the sidewall in right, but Doty easily around third will score, and that'll make it 13-3 LSU. As the Tigers bringing out the whipping sticks here in Starkville in the top of the 8th inning.
What a day for Josh Pearson. 3 hits now. 3 RBI. Make that 6 RBI. 6 RBI, 3-run homer, a solo homer, now an RBI single.
Have a day, Josh Pearson. 13 runs on 13 hits now. Thompson stands in again against the shift with 3 defenders on the left side of the diamond. First pitch missing, ball 1 from Tepper. And now a few more empty seats here at Dudy Noble. The 1-0, strike on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Make sure I get this right about Josh Pearson. 5 RBI on the day for Josh. 3 for 5, 5 RBI. He scored twice, 2 home runs and an RBI single.
Still a heck of a day.
Great day.
That is not in dispute. The 1-1, off speed, strike on the inside corner. Thompson falls behind 1-2.
Hopefully, many days like this ahead, which is a very bright future for Josh Pearson.
2 down, a 1-2 count to Thompson. Pearson at first base. Tepper to the plate. Ground ball hit to the shift, and the shortstop Forsythe will throw to first in time to get Thompson for out number 3. But LSU adding to their lead. 4 runs on 4 hits. It's now 13-3 Fighting Tigers. We head now to the bottom of the 8th inning. More after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Well, things heated up here in Starkville on Sunday, and the Tigers certainly have heated up on the diamond. But fans, whenever you're ready to cool it down as we head towards summer, count on Slow Melt Ice. Colder, cleaner, and longer lasting. Since 1997, Slow Melt Ice has been a leader in providing packaged ice and bulk ice for commercial, industrial, and retail businesses in South Louisiana. For more info, check them out at slowmeltice.com. 13-3, LSU leads, bottom of the 8th inning. Mississippi State to the plate. Hancock will lead it off. It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Hancock, Tanner, and Hines due up as Riley Cooper takes over on the mound for LSU. First delivery missing with a fastball from the left-hander, and it's 1-0. Third pitcher of the day for the Tigers. They'll keep 2 warming down in the bullpen. 2 right-handers. We'll get you those names in a moment. The 1-0 pitch off the end of the bat, but lifted foul and should find the seats out of play down in third base way. And it does. 1-1.
Final line on Grant Taylor. 4 innings. He gave up 2 runs on 5 hits, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. Taylor threw 66 pitches in relief of Samuel Dutton. Dutton worked the first 3 innings, gave up a run on 4 hits, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Samuel threw 50 pitches. So 2 solid outings by the freshman.
Here's the 1-1. Look out. Breaking ball did not break to the left-handed hitter and just missed him. That'll make it 2 balls and 1 strike.
Tigers have Bryce Collins in the bullpen, along with another right-hander.
Cooper's 2-1 pitch to the plate, sent back into the screen on a foul off the bat of Hancock. That'll even it up now, 2-2.
Ty Floyd is the other right-hander, so Floyd and Collins both warming for LSU.
Here's the 2-2 from Cooper, and it's hit opposite field, base hit to left field. Off the bat of Hancock, he'll arrive safely. Bulldogs have the leadoff man aboard. His first hit of the day after a couple of groundouts and a strikeout. That's hit number 10 for Mississippi State. Again, we pointed out LSU won the first 2 games of the series, but coming in today, Mississippi State out-hit LSU. Today, the Tigers, though, with 13 hits, producing those 13 runs. But it's been a factor of getting men on. LSU getting them on, getting them in. That has not been the story for Coach Lamonis in Mississippi State. Again, they'll have a runner at first, Logan Tanner at the plate, and the pitch to the right-hander outside from Cooper, 1-0.
So far in today's game, LSU is 7 for 14 with runners in scoring position. Mississippi State 0 for 2 in that category.
The 1-0. Cooper's fastball misses high. 2 balls, no strikes.
Riley's making his 3rd appearance in this series. He's pitched in all 3 games. He's 2-1 with a 3.18 ERA, 15th appearance of the year.
2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Getting another fastball on the inner half, and Tanner can't catch up to it. 2-1.
Cooper has pitched 17 innings. He's allowed 6 earned runs on 17 hits, 4 walks, 13 strikeouts.
The 2-1, there's a strike. Tanner takes strike 2. It's 2-2. Runner takes the lead, and Hancock at first base. 2-2 pitch, ground ball, could be 2. Thompson scoops it on the short hop, tosses to Doty, throw to first, not in time, beating it out as Tanner down the first base line. Good stretch by Morgan, but a hustle by Tanner. He'll arrive safely on the fielder's choice. And there's 1 away. They get the lead runner at second base in Hancock. And now we'll see Hunter Hines, barring a pinch hitter, we'll see. Lamonis has used the pinch hitter throughout the weekend. But it looks like, nope, they're going to take a review here. So we'll go under official review, the 3rd of the day, presented by Acme Oyster House, to check that play at first base. Did you see a replay up here? Here we get it.
I did quickly. It looks like he was clearly safe, in my opinion.
Watching it now, and yeah, his foot's on the bag before Morgan's able to squeeze it at first base. So they'll go through the review here, but not expecting them to overturn this one. So we wait.
Hunter Hines is out on deck, it appears. Looks like he's going to remain in the game and bat against Cooper. Cooper facing Hines and Clark next in the Mississippi State order, both left-handed hitters.
So they show the review on the video board. Mississippi State fans thinks it's clearly the right call on the field, and they will uphold the call. And arriving safely at first base will be Tanner. So now we will see Hunter Hines, the left-handed batter for the Bulldogs, 0 for 3 on the day against the previous Tiger pitchers. Grounded out to Morgan, making a nice play behind the first base bag in the 2nd. Caught looking in the 4th inning and hit into a double play back in the 6th. Check swing, low tapper down 3rd. Berry charging in, throw to first in time, making sure they get the 2nd out of the inning. Hancock, or rather Tanner, will advance down to second base. Another nice showing of the glove and throw to first by Jacob Berry, the Tiger 3rd baseman.
Tough weekend for Hunter Hines. He's now 0 for 10 in this series. He came in as one of Mississippi State's best run producers, but Tiger pitching has held him down this weekend.
Kellum Clark, a left-hander, stands in. Clark with a double back in the 2nd, left stranded, a strikeout victim in the 4th, and a fly ball out to left field to Stevenson in the 7th inning. Cooper's first delivery, a strike, and it's 0-1.
In fact, Hines leads Mississippi State with 32 RBI, but 0 for 10 this weekend.
13-3, LSU leads Mississippi State in Game 3. Cooper looks back to second, now to the plate. His fastball missing. 1 ball, 1 strike.
As we said earlier, Cooper threw 8 pitches Friday night, 16 pitches yesterday. He's back at it again today.
Tanner with an extended lead now off second. The 1-1 to the plate and a little tap foul towards the first base dugout of LSU. Cooper gets ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Looks like now that Floyd and Collins have stopped throwing in the LSU bullpen, and Trent Vittmeyer's back up.
Two outs, runner at second. The 1-2 just missed. A little high in the zone. 2-2. See if we get it this time. A little bit. One more chance. Nope. Oregon shut down. 2 outs, runner at second. 2-2 delivery. Right back to the mound. Cooper will snag it. He will run to first, toss to Morgan, and that will put it to rest here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Again, the leadoff single doesn't come back to hurt LSU. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on. We head to the top of the 9th in Stark Vegas. LSU looking to go for the clean sweep. They lead 13-3. Tigers come to the plate when we return on the LSU Sports Radio Network. We make our way to the top of the 9th inning. New pitcher on the mound for Mississippi State. They'll call upon Cam Tuller. Tuller, a left-hander, taking his final warm-ups here. LSU will send to the plate Joe Bear, McManus, and Stevenson. Again, as Bill pointed out, this bottom of the order, 8 and 9. McManus and Stevenson, 4 of 5 at the plate today. And we'll see what Tuller has to offer.
Tuller comes down to Mississippi State all the way from Brighton, Michigan. 6'1", 215-pound junior lefty. So far this season for the Bulldogs, he has made 12 appearances, no decisions, an ERA of 12.41. In 12 1/3 innings, he's allowed 20 hits and 17 runs, 12 walks, 16 strikeouts for Tuller.
Braden Joe Bear stands in. He's had some tough luck. He's hit the ball well this weekend. Not a lot to show for. And as Tuller delivers the first pitch, inside corner at the knees, called strike, and it's 0-1. Tuller with a fastball there at 89. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Slider away from the left-handed hitter, and he falls behind 0-2. Mississippi State, as they have all weekend. The extreme shift defensively with Forsythe, the shortstop, playing in the traditional second base position. R.J. Yeager, the second baseman, deep in right field. And Hancock playing the line at first as this one, breaking ball, and they'll appeal down to third. They say Joe Bear went around. He doesn't agree, but that's strike 3, and Teller records the punch out, and 1 gone here in the top of the 9th. Now McManus stands in, 3 for 3 on the day. He's reached base all 4 times. A walk in his first appearance in the 3rd, then a triple, his 2nd of the season in the 5th. Came around to score, and then back-to-back singles, scoring runs in the 6th and 8th for LSU. First pitch to the right-hander. Off speed, missing low from Teller, and it's 1-0. Swing and a foul ball. Bouncer to the third base dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Final numbers on Mississippi State reliever Mikey Tepper. Worked an inning, gave up 4 runs on 4 hits. He walked 1 and struck out none. Brooks Auger, the previous reliever, went 2 innings, gave up 3 runs, 4 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts.
1-1 pitch. Low and inside, picked up off the dirt by catcher Logan Tanner. 2-1. Bulldogs playing straight up infield and outfield to McManus. 2-1 pitch. High and outside, 3-1.
If I recall correctly, McManus's first 2 plate appearances, they were shifting against him. But then he punched 1 to the right side, and now they're playing conventional.
The 3-1 slam to left field, but coming down quick and at the wall. Cumbus on the track brings it down. Boyd just topped that baseball, but smoked it to left field. It stays within the park and results in out number 2. That one may have been the loudest crack of the bat today.
Looks like Jack Merrifield's going to hit for Josh Stevenson now.
So Merrifield will pick up the bat. He'll come in to pinch hit. He'll get a chance to swing here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. His Tigers leading 13-3. Missing away from the plate. Outside, ball 1. The 1-0 fastball, swing and a miss. Merrifield laid around. 1 ball, 1 strike. In the air to center field. Coming in is Skinner as that one hangs up, and he'll get under it for out number 3. So the Tigers 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 9th inning. They still have a 10-run lead, 13-3. Last chance for Mississippi State. They come to the plate in the bottom of the 9th. Can the Tigers finish the clean sweep here in Stark Vegas? Stay with us. We'll find out soon on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Tigers on the diamond defensively. Mississippi State will come to the plate here in the bottom of the ninth inning, trailing 13-3 to LSU. Tigers winning 5-2 Friday night, 4-3 they hold on to victory to clinch the series yesterday afternoon. And today the bats has been nothing but pure onslaught from the Fighting Tigers. 13 runs on 13 hits. Mississippi State, they put the ball in play and they've got 10 hits today, but only 3 runs to show thus far. Jess Davis going to lead things off. He'll pinch hit here in the bottom of the ninth. New pitcher on the mound, Ty Floyd for LSU. Going to try to close it down. First delivery from Floyd. Fastball for a strike, 0-1. Another fastball misses outside from Floyd. 1 ball, 1 strike. Davis batting for the 42nd time this year. .293 average. Left-handed hitter is the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Floyd got the 93-mile-an-hour heater by him. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Down the middle. Fastball called strike 3. Floyd with a punch out. To start the bottom of the ninth, the strikeout brought to you by Super One Foods. Great quality at super low prices. The Tigers now with 1 down and 2 to go. That'll bring Braylon Skinner to the plate. Skinner with a base hit came around to score in the 7th inning after Alford home run to left. Ty Floyd ready to work. First delivery, check swing, but foul, burning down the third base line. And it's 0-1. Floyd coming in a 3.38 ERA. 3-2 on the year, making his 8th appearance. 24 innings of work, giving up 14 hits, 9 earned runs, 15 walks to 30 strikeouts. The 0-1. High and outside, evens it up, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1, swing and a miss again. Floyd known for his fastball delivery. Going right at Skinner, a little up in the zone. Gets ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, 2. Skinner lifts it in the air. Cruz coming over as the wind carries it into left field, but the center fielder, after the ball lifted high, had plenty of time to come over. He's the captain of the outfield. He makes the call and he makes the catch. 2 down, 1 to go for LSU here in the bottom of the ninth. Lane Forsythe, who came in at shortstop late in this game, will swing the bat for the first time. Steps in with a .229 average, his 49th at bat of the year. Right-handed hitter. Right-handed throwing Floyd delivers, and the fastball a little high, 1-0. The 1-0 on the outside corner. Again, sticking with 93 on the gun. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. High and inside with the delivery. 2 balls and 1 strike. Forsythe batting for the 7th time this weekend. He's 2 for 6 against LSU. 2-1 from Floyd. There's a strike. Another fastball this time. Dialed it back to 92 miles an hour. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fans, walk-on athletes put everything they've got into the game. Walk-on Sports Bistro puts everything they've got into bringing you game day with a taste of Louisiana. Visit walk-ons.com and find a location near you. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth, 13-3. LSU leads. The pitch is swung on and lifted foul out of play down the line and right. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mississippi State led 1-0 after 1 inning, but LSU poured it on offensively. Here's a breaking ball from Floyd. Fouled off by Forsythe into the screen behind the plate. Still 2-2. Tigers tied it up in the top of the third at 1-1. Then a 5-run fifth inning opened it up. LSU would add to that. Now 13-3. The 2-2 pitch. Lifted in the air. Foul territory, and the wind going to carry it just up the first base line. Morgan coming in. He will squeeze it, and you can wrap this series up in purple and gold. The Tigers with the clean sweep here in Starkville, with an authoritative win here in Game 3 by a final of 13-3. First sweep by either team in this series since 2017, when the Tigers took 3 here in Starkville, Mississippi. With the win, LSU moves to 23-9, 7-5 in SEC play. Right there near the top in the SEC West. Mississippi State falls to 18-15, now 4-8 in SEC play. The Tigers with the win. They take the series, they get the sweep, and Game 3 is all LSU. 13-3 the final. Fighting Tigers win over Mississippi State. Stay tuned. Coming up, we crank up the Fighting Tiger 10th inning show. Stats, scores, and highlights, much more coming your way